Jananeem Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Namashri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Education, education, education in your life, in everybody's life. And today we are discussing this in the premises of Ramakrishna Mutt under the main title called Prajna, which can be translated as consciousness, which can be translated as awareness, which can be translated as spiritual progress. Prajna Paramita Stotram, Bhagavan Buddha. After realization, he gave this stotram to the whole world. And that is why people started meditating, going inward, in the classroom or outside the classroom. Just now you heard Professor Raghutam Rao speaking about what you can learn from nature. And this nature is Bahya Prakriti, Manasika Prakriti. There is something called nature in the mind, as well as nature, what we see around. In Bhagavatam, there is the great guru called Avadhuta. When he was asked, who is your guru? He said, I have 24 gurus. And who are they? One bee, honey bee, is my guru. The jinke is my guru. The spider is my guru. The elephant is my guru. The tiny baby crawling on 4 legs is my guru. The lotus is my guru. The sunrise is my guru. The sunset is my guru. And he had 24 gurus. He said, every guru has taught me something and I am continuing to learn something. And when morning this inauguration and wonderful illuminating talks, thoughtful talks, interesting thoughts were being placed before you, it just struck me. This great country of ours, which we should be proud of, it has become so complicated, so uncertain, so confusing, so puzzling, even after 75 years of our education. That nation which gave the best of knowledge to the whole world is debating what kind of education we have to give. Should we be joyous of the Amrita Mahotsav, or should we weep over why we got this independence? "90 countries students were studying in India, called the Nalanda University, Takshashila University, Udantapur University. And we are debating and confusing and putting all sorts of negative ideas into our education system. I sent this morning link, the live streaming link, to some of my volunteers and students in Hyderabad and in parts of the country. One young girl who is a scientist, who may be watching this, sitting in her office or room, she is a young upcoming scientist, appearing for so many tests in IISc Mangaluru. She comes from a far-off village. She says more and more such programs as necessary. And my dear professors or university vice chancellors, please excuse me what she has mentioned. Professors are talking nonsense in the classroom on spirituality. Just 5 minutes, 1 hour back, I got the message. Professors are talking nonsense on spirituality and what will happen to the nation whose very backbone is spirituality. I would like to ask the question of people of Mangaluru and Karnataka and India, which university did Purandaradasa go? Which university did Tyagaraya Swami go? Which university did Kanakadasa go? Or Vijayadasa Swami go? Which university Shabari went? Or even Valmiki went, whom one of the governments called him a Dalit leader, made him political also. Which university Vyasa Maharshi went, who wrote the Mahabharata and the Ashtadasha Puranas and the Bhagavatam Mahabharata for us. And today we are debating about caste and creed and religion in education. We have forgotten that the sun is a sun is a sun. Surya Bhagavan in Arabia, Surya Bhagavan in Mangaluru, are they different? The rose is a rose is a rose. We forgot that. And in the classroom called Dakshineshwar Temple, a small room in Dakshineshwar Temple in Kolkata, a mighty spiritual university was being conducted by an illiterate priest called Sri Ramakrishna, who did not go beyond third standard. He was a school dropout. And Sri Ramakrishna gave us Swami Vivekananda. With what university degree? Vivekananda says, if there is any medicine in Kolkata manufactured by Europeans or English people or Ayurveda, where I can forget what all I studied in the university and sit at the feet of the man, I'll be the first person to take that medicine. And today people are doing research on Sri Ramakrishna's parables and getting PhDs. The stories of Sri Ramakrishna and parables are used in communication in our institute in Hyderabad. How Sri Ramakrishna told stories of the highest Vedanta. The complicated Vedanta of the Upanishads, Sri Ramakrishna put it into stories. You are struggling about concentration, Sri Ramakrishna observes how the women in Kamarpukur in his village are doing multitasking and leading the most peaceful life. He observed one lady was keeping her tiny baby on her lap, nursing the baby, providing nourishment and milk to the baby. And at the same time, whenever a customer comes, she is giving pappu, uppu, etc. 100 grams, 200 grams. And at the same time, after some time, she is grinding her atta, flour, and seeing that her left hand is not crushed under the stone. She is concentrating there. And suddenly one customer comes and says, Amma, 5 rupayi loan kodu nanige. Yottu ma hana illa. Pappu kodu, adu uppu kodu nanige. Adhanya kodu. She says, you fellow, 3 days back you told the same thing. First pay the old loan, then I will give you. She is doing her accounting also. And at the same time, Sri Ramakrishna says, where is her mind? One on the hand and one on the child. And she is doing business. And at the end of the day, she is the most happiest person. She does not go into stress management courses. How she is able to do? Why she is able to do? And we are very busy and get tired at the end of the day. Where is that education that we are talking about? In the Acharya Upadesha of the Taittiriya Upanishad, or in the Bhagavad Gita Kurukshetra, where the Vrindavana Krishna, the Udupi Krishna becomes Gita Acharya, becomes the Parthasarathi of Arjuna. Which university did they go? Why are we struggling so much when Indian education is so simple and so beautiful and so technical also? Yate kashta padta hai divi? Finally, end of the day, when in one of the big meetings and my recordings which was sent to AICTE on providing human excellence values in the engineering college education in the Swayam portals, in the beginning, as my tradition, as my offering to God, I just chanted what is called Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Mavidvishava, and started my introductory talk 10 minutes because they wanted to know what human excellence is, so that will it be useful to engineering students. And what did the message I get back from the assistant director? Please delete the shloka Sahana Bhavatu from your video. What is your problem, sir? Secularism. ನಗು ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಅಳು ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾ? ಸಹನಾಭವತು ಸಹನವು ಬುನಕ್ತು. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಗ್ಗೆ? ಮೇ ಹಿ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಬೋತ್, ಟೀಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. ಮೇ ಹಿ ನರಿಶ್ ಅಸ್ ಬೋತ್, ದ ಟೀಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಸಹ ವೀರ್ಯಂ ಕರವಾವಹೈ. ಮೇ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಗ್ತ್. ಮೇ ವಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ವಿತ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಮಾ ವಿದ್ವಿಷಾವಹೈ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಾವಧೀತಮಸ್ತು. ಲೆಟ್ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಬ್ರಿಲಿಯಂಟ್, ಲೆಟ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಬ್ರಿಲಿಯಂಟ್. ಪರಸ್ಪರ ಭಾವಂ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೆಟ್ ದೇರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಎನಿ ಮಿಸ್ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಅಸ್. Let there not be any fighting between us. Ma vidvishavahai. Let there be happiness at end of 4 o'clock. ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಅವನ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನನಗೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಡೆಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯುಲರಿಸಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಹೌಸ್? ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಕ್ರೆಡ್, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯುಲರ್. ಪಾದರಕ್ಷೆ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಚಪ್ಪಲಿಗೆ ಪಾದರಕ್ಷೆ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೀಟ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತದು, ಪಾದರಕ್ಷೆ. ಬ್ರೂಮ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ. ಇಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಯು ಟು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹೌಸ್. ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಬ್ರೂಮ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ವಿಜಯದಶಮಿನ ದಿವಸ ಏನು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು? ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೆಥೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್. ಅನ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್. A cobbler worships his tools. Agriculture worships his plow. And we say Sahanamavatu helbaardu classroom alli. Will India want only lullabies? Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. What is that nonsense English poem we thought? Jack and Jill went up the hill. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ನೀರಿಲ್ವಾ? ಅವನು ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಇದನ್ನು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲಿಟ್ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಜಾಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜಿಲ್ ಹೋದರು, ನೀರು ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದರು, ಲೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ಬೋತ್ ಫೆಲ್ ಡೌನ್, ವಾಟರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆಂಟ್ ಡೌನ್. ಇದನ್ನು ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನ ಹೇಳಿ ಬೈತಾರೆ, ಹೊಡಿತಾರೆ. ಯು ಆರ್ ವೇಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪುಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಪೈಪ್ ಲೈನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಹಿಲ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಹೌಸ್. ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬೀರ್ಬೇಕಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲ 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. ಈ ಮೆಕೋಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಧ್ವಂಸ. ಯಾವ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನಲ್ ಮೆಕೋಲೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನೋ ಅದೇ ವರ್ಷ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಮರಿಬೇಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು. ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ PhD ಸಂಪಾದಿಸ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು. ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರ ತತ್ವ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿದುರನಿ ಭಾಗ್ಯವಿದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆನಂದಪಟ್ಟರು ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರು. ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ? ವೈ ಆರ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಓವರ್ ದಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್? ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್, ನಾರ್ತ್ ಆರ್ ಸೌತ್? That is why Swami Vivekananda said, if the education system does not go to Muhammad must go to the education system, have off-campus education system. My dear friends, respected teachers, I don't know how many of you are aware of the fact that this year is very, very important for all of us. Not just Ramakrishna Math, not just Ramakrishna Mission, not just a Hyderabad Center, but all of you are stakeholders because you are citizens of this great country. Number 1, Amrita Mahotsav is being celebrated. Number 2, the background of Amrita Mahotsav tildirbeku. How we got that freedom? Who was the messiah? Who was the founder? Who was the dynamo of that freedom movement? I am telling you not because I am just in Ramakrishna Math as a monk. Read, go back to Indian history, what Rajagopalachari said. But for Vivekananda, we would not have gained freedom. We would lost our religion also. Everything owes to Vivekananda. Go to Parliament House. Apart from all the statesmen, all the political leaders, all the other great leaders from 1947 till today, there is a vigraham, there is an image of Swami Vivekananda who never entered into political party or political system. Everybody goes there, even the leftists go there and offer a homage to Swami Vivekananda on 12th January. Isn't it our pride of having Vivekananda in us? But sometimes people in Karnataka also say, oh, Vivekananda belongs to Bengal. This is your foolish education. Mustached babies only talk like that. namby-pamby, goody-goody, without understanding Vivekananda. 125 years ago, this man thundered from Colombo in Sri Lanka to Almora in the Himalayas. He shook the very foundations of the Indian subcontinent. 29 lectures. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಇವತ್ತಿಂದ. Before going to college, read at least 2 pages of those lectures. You'll feel so strong, so energetic, so sacrificing. As much as a soldier in Siachen Glacier, as much as a teacher guarding the nation who will produce future commanders and presidents of this great country. ಅಷ್ಟು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 29 lectures, called the lectures from Colombo to Almora. ಏನೇನು ಕೊಟೇಶನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀರೋ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಓದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರೋ, ದಿ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್, ದ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್. ಇದು ಮಹಾಸಮುದ್ರ. ನಾನು ಹೋಗೋದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಪೂನಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಕೊಟೇಶನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ತಪ್ಪು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ತೆಲಂಗಾಣ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಹುಡುಗರು ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್ ಹೊಡೆದು ಬಸ್ಸಸ್ ಬರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತುಂಬ ಧ್ವಂಸ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು 2014. Early morning, stone writing is going on near Osman University. One stone fell on an old man who was going in the road. ಅವನು ಕಲ್ಲು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾತಿಕಯ್ಯ, ಹುಡುಗನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಉಸ್ಮಾನ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾತಿಕಯ್ಯ ಕಲ್ಲು ಇಡ್ತೀರಿ, our own people, our own buses, our own this one, go to Delhi and fight, not in the streets of Hyderabad. It doesn't work like that. ಆಗ ಅವನು ಹುಡುಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನಂತೆ, ಧೈರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನಂತೆ, Swami Vivekananda told, you can do anything and everything. ಇದು ಕರ್ಮ. ಇದು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅವನಿಗೆ? ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, to cut somebody's throat. Vivekananda told, rebuild India, don't break India. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮದರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು. ಕಲ್ಲೆಸಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಅನದರ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಲ್ಲೂ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಲೂ. ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಕೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಮುಂದೆನೇ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರು ಅದನ್ನು ಅವ್ರ ಹುಚ್ಚತನದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಸೇಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಹೆವೆನ್ ಬೈ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಫುಟ್ಬಾಲ್ ರಾದರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗೀತಾ. ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಓದಿ ಅದನ್ನು. ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಟ್ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ. ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಓದೋದು ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಉಸ್ಮಾನ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ? ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಹಾತ್ಮರು ಯುವಕರು ಆಫ್ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಫುಟ್ಬಾಲು ಆಡಲ್ಲ, ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆನೂ ಓದಲ್ಲ. ಪಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ತಿಂತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಮಲಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. He doesn't play football, he doesn't study Gita. ಅದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೊಲಂಬೋ ಟು ಆಲ್ಮರ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಡ್ರಾಸ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಬೆಟರ್ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬೈಸೆಪ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗರ್. ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆಲ್ತ್. ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡು, ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡು, ಬೆನ್ನು ಬಗ್ಸು, BP ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋ, ಆಗ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಓದು. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಗೀತಾ. ಇಟ್ ವೋಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನ ಗೀತಾ. So my dear friends, that real education starts when we understand what exactly Swamiji gave us. 125 years old lecture, second celebration nadita ide ಈಗ. It will go on till next year, January. The second important celebration, apart from the other two, is 125 years of Ramakrishna Mission Foundation. That is also a very historical moment in our country. Na bhuto na bhavishyati. After Bhagavan Buddha, 2600 years ago, it is another sannyasi who starts an organization for Bahujana Hitaya Bahujana Sukhaya, for the happiness of the many, for the welfare of the many. Along with that, Atmano Moksha. Buddha ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡು. ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಏನ್ರಿ? ಆತ್ಮ ದೀಪೋ ಭವ ಆನಂದ. ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? July 4th, 1902, 7 o'clock in the evening, before leaving his body at 9 o'clock, he told his brahmachari sevak, leave me alone, you go and meditate, after 1 hour I will call you. ಬುದ್ಧ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ? ಆತ್ಮದೀಪೋ ಭವ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ. ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಟ್. 2 ಮಹಾತ್ಮರ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡು, ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡು, ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡು. ಕಾಂಕರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೂ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. If Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore has come up thanks to Jamshedji Nasronji Tata and Sister Nivedita, who fought for that institute till 1905, it is because of Swami Vivekananda's meditation and vision and mission. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾಗೆ, ಅದೇ ಶಿಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ನಸ್ರೋಂಜಿ ಟಾಟಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಸೆಡ್, ವೈ ಡು ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್? ವೈ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ? ಬ್ರಿಲಿಯಂಟ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ, ಬ್ರಿಲಿಯಂಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್, 3 hours ನಡೀತಂತೆ. ಇವ್ರು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋದ್ರು, ಇವ್ರು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋದ್ರು. After 4 years, Vivekananda comes back to see a beautiful letter from Jamshedji Nasronji Tata in Kolkata. My dear Vivekananda, you remember me as your co-passenger and you gave me the idea, you inspired me to start an institute where asceticism, meditation, spirituality will shake hands with science and technology. I am offering 25-30 lakhs for that institute. Please accept. And nobody else I can know in this country other than Vivekananda to become the director of Indian Institute of Science ಅಂತ ಟಾಟಾ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದು ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ? ಆ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಟಾಟಾ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತಿತ್ತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು? ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿತ್ತು ಆಯಿತು. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ದ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಾಟಾ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ IISc. ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ತೀರ್ಥಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ. ಎಷ್ಟು ನಡೆದಿದೆ ಭಾರತ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ, ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನಾವು. There may be differences in application, but there should not be differences in our communication and in our understanding. Teach your students in the classroom, be like the Pandavas, not like the Kauravas. Simple and straight. About self-identity, about inspiration, about dharma, about adharma, about karma, akarma. The government may tell you what to teach, but you can use your heart and head combination about the presentation. How to teach. What to teach, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಇದೆ. How to teach is in your hands. Be like the Pandavas. ಪಾಂಡವರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಮ್ಮ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ? Who is the head? Yudhishthir. Second? Bhima. Third? 4? 5? 5 are there. Wonderful. Pancha Pandavas. How many Kauravas? 100 plus 1. One sister was there. So sister pakkala 100 Kauravas, brothers. Head yaru? Elder brother? Duryodhana. Second yaru? Dushasana. 3? 4? 17? ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕೇಳಬೇಡಿ, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೂ ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆಂದರೆ 1 and 2 ಗೊತ್ತು ನನಗೆ. ಈ 1 and 2 ಐನೋ 98 are only Xerox copy. Control-C, Control-V. ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ ಬಾಯಿ ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಬಾಯಿ ಮುಚ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಫೈಟ್ ಅಂದ ಫೈಟ್, ಆಲ್ ಡೈಡ್. ಕೇವಲಂ ಪಂಚ ಏವ. Each different from the other, but all together. It was not that everybody what Yudhishthira did, Bhima agreed. They had differences. But for the sake of dharma, they stood together. That is why Krishna becomes servant leader, becomes Partha Sarathi. And even Purandaradasa ಹಾಡಿದೆ, Arjuna is sleeping, Pandavas are sleeping. This Jagannatha, Udupi Krishna, is washing the feet of the cows, of the horses in the battlefield. ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಹಾಡಿದೆ. Krishna does so much work for those who hold on to dharma. Swami Vivekananda ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಬರೀತಾರೆ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾದಿಂದ ಮೆಡ್ರಾಸ್ಗೆ. ಗೋ ನೌ ಟು ದ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಥಸಾರಥಿ ಇನ್ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇನ್. ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಪಾರ್ಥಸಾರಥಿ. Krishna, the beloved of the cowherds, Krishna, the Sarathi of Arjuna, is ready to be our Sarathi. But continue, ನನ್ನ question, are we ready? Are we ready to take Krishna as our Sarathi? We are not ready. We want only Krishna Prasadam. We want Krishna Laddu, Alva, Paisa, but we don't want Krishna. ಆ ಥರ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಈಗ. So how did this Ramakrishna mission work? How did it originate? Only 16 people, 16 young boys who became monks, who sacrificed everything, whom Vivekananda went from house to house and got them together. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಭವನೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ನೀವು. ಹಾಯಾ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ. ಆ ಭಾರನಗರ್ ಮಠ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಫೋಟೋ ನೋಡಿ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಭೂತ ಬಂಗ್ಲಾ, 12 ಜನ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ದ ಡೆವಿಲ್ಸ್ ವುಡ್ ರನ್ ಅವೇ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್? 1 ಧೋತಿ, 1 ಪಂಚೆ, 16 ಜನ ಉಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತೆ. ನೋ ಮನಿ, ನೋ ಫುಡ್, ಓನ್ಲಿ ರೈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್. ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಅದು. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಗಂಗಾ ತೀರದಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ಸಮುದ್ರ ತೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿದೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಿದೆ, ನ್ಯೂಯಾರ್ಕಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಒಂದು ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿದ್ದು. ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರ, ಹೋಗಿ ನಾನು ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾರ್ತ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ, ಅಗರ್ತಲಾಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ, 700 ಜನ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್, ದಿ ಅಗರ್ತಲಾ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್, ನಾರ್ತ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗುರುಕುಲ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೋಗಿ ಹಾತಾಮುನಿಗೂಡ, ಒರಿಸ್ಸಾ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ GPS ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಹಾತಾಮುನಿಗೂಡ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ, ಮುನಿಗೂಡ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾತಾಮುನಿಗೂಡ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ GPS ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಜಾಗ್ರಫಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 100 acres ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಬಿಜು ಪಟ್ನಾಯಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ದೆನ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಒರಿಸ್ಸಾ ಟು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್, ಫ್ರೀ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್. 700 ಜನ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್ 5ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯಿಂದ 12ನೇ ತರಗತಿವರೆಗೂ ದೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫೀಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಗುಜರಾತ್, ಇನ್ ಒರಿಸ್ಸಾ. ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ. 700 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗರು ಮನೇಲಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅರಣ್ಯ ಪ್ರಾಂತದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಜಂಗಲ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್. ವೇರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ದಿ ವಾರ್ಡನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ವೆಂಟ್. Out of 700, believe me, only 30 people had electricity. India today. 670 for 2 years, no education. We could not contact them. And one Swami went, Raghu Maharaj by name, a warden of the children department of 5th standard, 6th standard. He saw in a forest, some saris were tied, horizontal, vertical, here and there on the trees. He thought some ladies of the village have put their saris for drying after washing. And one old lady was going there with half sari. He said, Amma, ye ladka kahan hai? He huduga ellirtane. One photo ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ, one address, so called address. ಆ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳಂತೆ, ಓ ಇದರಿ ಅಂತ ಚೀರೆಗಳ ಇದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನಂತೆ. ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೈ ಯೇ ಸ್ಯಾರೀಸ್ ಹೈ, ಯೇ सुखाने के लिए रखा है? नहीं भैया, ये उनका घर है, ये उनका घर है. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಲ್ ತಿರುಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕಣ್ಣೀರು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ. ಯಾವ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಿ ನಾವು? After 75 years, people are living with sari house, not your mall house. And what is the roof of that house? The trees. The branches are the roof, and the saris are their walls. Family is living there, and this boy is there. How could you give a tablet or an iPad or a mobile to that fellow? Ridiculous, is it not? He doesn't know how to wear clothes. Go and see. Our Swamis will arrange. We have guest houses there. ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಹಂಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮೂರ್ಖತ್ವನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಅವೇಕನಿಂಗ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಇಬ್ಬರು ಯುವಕರು ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಹೊಂದಿ ಯಾವ ಗುಡಿಸಲಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೋ, ಹರಿದ್ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಚಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ, 1900, not today, when sophistication is there. From Delhi you can reach Haridwar in 3.5-4 hours. 3 months ಆಯ್ತು ಇವ್ರು ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ. ಸಾಧು ಸಮಾಜದಿಂದ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೊರಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು? ಸಾಧುಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹರಿದ್ವಾರ್, ಭಂಗಿ ಸಾಧುಸ್, ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾವೆಂಜರ್ ಮಾಂಕ್ಸ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಿಟ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ. ಬಿ ಅವೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ವಿಲೇಜ್. ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ? ದೇ ವರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೇವಾ. ದೇ ವರ್ ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ, ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ದ ಲೆಟ್ರಿನ್ಸ್, ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಲೋತ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹರಿದ್ವಾರ್. ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಬಂತು. ದೇ ವರ್ ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ಡ್ as ಭಂಗಿ ಸಾಧುಸ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ನಮಸ್ತೆ ನಾರಾಯಣ. It took 50 years for that message to go. Today in the very house, very hut, jhopdi, today we have got a 300-bed hospital called Kalyanananda Ward. All the pilgrims of Haridwar go there to get seva. 2 people sacrifice, taught in the classrooms in Dakshineshwar. ಯಾವ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರು ಅವರು? ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಂತು? ಯಾವ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ? ಭಾರತ ರತ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಕಡಿಮೆನೆ. ಅದೊಂದು 3-minute ಝಲಕ್ ಇದೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ಎವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಥರ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿಗಳು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಸು. ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಿಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. 23 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 20 ಲಕ್ಷ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ? ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಹೌ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್. And that is a paid course. People pay for getting some positive thinking, getting some peace of mind, because they are fed up with tensions and worries and stress in school education or in college. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. 23 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸನೂ ನಾವು ಹಾಲಿಡೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಒಂದು ದಿವಸನೂ ಹಾಲಿಡೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳ ಆಜ್ಞೆ, ರಂಗನಾಥಾಂಜಿ ಅವರ ಆಜ್ಞೆ, ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 24 hours 365 days. ಲೆಟ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ರೈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಯೂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
Even today, the colonizers and those who follow their slave mentality believe the main reason for India's plight is the Hindu Dharma. In America, Swami Vivekananda was told that the poor condition of India is due to the Hindu Dharma. If it embraced Christianity, it would become rich. Vivekananda showed them the mirror and said, "We do not want to become rich like you by killing people. We don't want riches stained in blood. We are better off being poor." Till the end of the 20th century, it was widely believed that the main reason for India's economic backwardness was Hindu Dharma. But the truth was revealed as the 21st century approached. All over the world, reports started coming that India and China were once the most prosperous countries in the world. The Europeans had looted and ruined them. To find the truth of this, the OECD countries launched a major project to study it. A team was constituted under the chairmanship of Professor Angus Maddison. They started studying the history of the GDP of the world. When the report was published, the whole world was shocked. With a 34% share, India was once the wealthiest country in the world. That too, for 1,000 years and without looting anyone. There is no such example in the history of the world. But India was pushed down by plunderers and by exploitation. Before Britain started plundering India, it was still in the first place with a share of 24.5% of world GDP. In 1800, its wealth came down to 20%. In 1830, it was reduced to 17%. In 1880, down to 8%. And in 1900, it was only 1.7%. Who looted India's wealth? The British looted India's wealth. The palatial edifice of a great civilization crumbled. Indian society, which was industry-based from the times of the Indus Valley civilization, became poor within 100 years of British rule and became agriculture-based. During famines, 1/3 of the population perished. In spite of this, the revenue of the British East India Company increased manifold. From where did the farmers pay their taxes? The farmers sold the gold of generations to pay their taxes. The gold of Indian farmers still glitters in the city of London. And here, the Indian governments are still struggling to get the farmers out of that misfortune. Gold, silver, minerals, food grains, even fodder was not spared. One collector wrote to the viceroy that it had not rained, so nothing was sown. There is only grass in the fields. The target of revenue cannot be met. The viceroy sent the reply, "Grass is a good commodity. Sell it and send the money." The most fertile land on earth, where monsoon rains brought maximum water, was reduced to the land of famines. While millions were dying of hunger, the food grains of India were being sent to the armies of the empire. People who used to call food Brahm, who would not eat food but receive it respectfully, who would first offer it to a cow, a dog, a Brahmin, a priest, a servant or a guest, were starving to death, and their bodies were being eaten by dogs. India's population is basically vegetarian. When the mercury rises above 40 degrees, it is impossible to stay alive without salt. A heavy tax was put on salt. Colonizers earned millions by exporting it. India could never imagine that someone would kill them in this way. Due to salt deficiency, children died in the womb. The English created famines in India. Within 120 years, 31 major famines occurred. Smaller famines would occur practically every year. During these famines, people died in millions. The last famine occurred in 1943, in which over 3 million died in Bengal.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಓದಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಜಗಳ, ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಯನ್ನು ಮರೆತುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. I want a job, I want to go to Florida, I want to dance, I want to sing, I want to have drugs, forgetting my motherland. This is what Swami Vivekananda says. First be, be, then do, then you will have. You don't want to be, but you only want to have. End of the day, again corruption. British did that time, but today our own people are looting our own people. So this is where our education should think differently. In the classroom or out of the classroom. In the house or in the market. What I can do for my motherland. Why only one Vivekananda should cry? Why only the Prime Minister should tell? I should be roaring in my classroom, inspire my children to bring back that glory of India, glory of my motherland. Sri Rama did not stay in Lanka after conquering Lanka. Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyas. He came back and started ruling Ayodhya. So 3 things please remember. Every teacher, young or old, experienced or just joined any course, any college. Authenticity, inner grit, sensitivity. If these 3 are not there, you will not become a great teacher. You will not become an educationist. You will become a jobber. Education becomes only a job. Education is only for promotion. But look at what they have done with the power that they had. They changed the very historic this one of India, the roots of India. ಯುವಕರು ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಎಲ್ಡರ್ಸು ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀರಿ. Put your brains together. Put your heart together. Feel, my children, feel. Education requires feeling today. ಅದೇ sensitivity ಅಂತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು, sensitivity. Once the sensitivity is gone, you become only a billiard ball. You collide with others. You criticize others. Sensitivity is not becoming emotional. It's not the general meaning in the dictionary. Sensitive boy, sensitive girl. We cannot talk with them. Short temper, erratic. ಆ ಥರದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಬುದ್ಧಿ, ಫೈನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ಎ ಮೈಂಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್. ಸಿ ವಿ ರಾಮನ್ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಘಟನೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಹೇಳಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. It seems he interviewed some 20 boys from different parts of Karnataka. Only 5 or 6 were selected, others could not pass the maths test and the physics test. They said, next year you come, if you are interested for this. And take the train fare or the bus fare. Where you want to go? To Shimoga? You want to go to Tumkur? You want to go to some other place in Karnataka? Go. Take money and go. Train fare, bus fare, whatever you want. Everybody went. 4 or 5 boys were selected. They were inside the department. One boy at 4 o'clock in the evening standing near the gate of institute. C.V. Raman sir asked, hey, yatik nintidyo? Hana siglilva ninge? Siktu sir. One sala nimage namaskara ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತೀನೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಯಾವುದೋ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. All right, come tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Not today. I am going for another meeting. And C.V. Raman came back next day morning 9:50. The boy also came promptly in time. Kariya huduganna olage. The boy came inside. Did namaskaram to Professor Dr. C.V. Raman. And out of his pocket he kept 10 rupees on the table of Sir C.V. Raman. Enidu 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ನನಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, I wanted only 90 rupees. Your clerk gave me 100 rupees. My heart said I should not take 10 rupees. I wanted to give you and do namaskaram and go. Immediately the Sir C.V. Raman called the clerk who gave him 100 rupees. Kariyavna. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾಟಕ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂತೆ. Take this boy inside the laboratory. C.V. Raman, when he said the boy, the clerk protested, sir, he failed in the mathematics test. Neeve helidri next year ba anta. Yesterday he failed in the mathematics test. Today he passed in the character test. Take him inside. See how the noble-minded professor, Nobel Prize winner professor looked at the noble qualities of that boy, and it seems after 4 o'clock in the evening, he taught him mathematics, he taught him physics, and after 6 months he becomes an in charge of a laboratory department. He saw the potentiality. He saw the capability, he saw the possibilities in that young mind and made him what he is. First be, then have, then do, then you will have. May the great Acharyas of Karnataka, may the great Acharyas of India bless you all, and hope to see you all as great Indians, as great teachers in 2023. So, Shubhasya Sigram. Don't postpone. Thank you. Jai Ramakrishna.